Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Tazkia Haura from Bachelor of Management 2019. On this occasion today, I will present a thesis entitled The Influence of Destination Image on Travel Motivation, Perceived Value, and Electronic Word of Mouth to make traffic attention at the Art Museum Sudut Cerita, Bandung City with the supervisor, Prof. Usap Suhud MC PhD, and Rahmi SEMSM. Research background. The tourism industry is one of the most important economic sector in Indonesia. Indonesia also has natural wealth and wide variety of culture that are very important component in tourism in Indonesia, so that tourist interest in visiting Indonesia. Nature in Indonesia has combination climate and has 70,508 island. Indonesia has 5 provinces with the largest number of island. According to data from the Central Bureau of Statistics, Indonesia has 5 provinces have highest number of island, one of which is West Papua province, which has 4,514 island. One of the island areas in West Papua, which is famous for its main attraction, is Raja Ampat. Next, research background. The COVID-19 pandemic has hurt Indonesia economic sector, especially the tourism sector. Indonesia tourist destinations are numerous and diverse, which is why foreign tourists to come Indonesia. Based on 2016 data, 11,523,963 or 10.79%. Indonesia tourism industry is able to contribute foreign exchange around USD 10 billion 2021 and is the fourth after petroleum, coal, and palm oil. The decline in foreign tourist arrival has an effect on the country foreign exchange. 2017 to 2019, based on the below, the number of foreign tourists coming to Indonesia has increased significantly, but after the outbreak of the coronavirus, foreign tourists have decreased in 2020 to 2021. Foreign exchange also decreased due to the decline in the number of foreign tourists. The figure detail the country of Indonesia, especially in the tourism sector for 10 years starting from 2013 to 2023. From 2023 to 2023, foreign exchange experienced ups and downs. From 2020 and 2021, the country foreign exchange decreased due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Ministry of Tourism and Creative Economy is targeting a revenue of USD 1.7 million USD the year 2022 and 2.7 billion to 5.95 billion target 2023 is number of foreign and domestic tourist increases. Next. Indonesia has 38 provinces, and out of those, 38 provinces have several selected tourist attractions. According to data drawn, the province must visit by tourists. West Java province is the third most visited province, a total 965.19 million tourists. Number of tourists visit to Bandung City based on entrance to Bandung City Seoul 2019 until 2021. Bandung City is one of the cities in West Java province that is often visited by tourists. According to data from Central Bureau of Statistics, the number of foreign tourists 2019 was 252,842 people and domestic 8,175,221 people. However, due to COVID-19, the decline in foreign tourists and domestic tourists decreased from this figure. The city of Bandung has many tourist attraction. One of the areas and the one sabar guys, agak belibet deh bacanya. The city of Bandung has many tourist attraction. One of the areas that area often visit is the Lembang area. One of the tourist attraction in Lembang is the art museum Sudut Cerita. Sudut Cerita is a fun place to visit, and there are Instagrammable and aesthetic photo spot for each installation. The data below show the number of tourists di Sudut Cerita and Sudut Pandang. This data, it can be seen that in 2020 with a total 96,000 visitors due to social restriction, and in 2021 experienced significant increase. To 2022, the point of view separate the visitor data between Sudut Cerita and Sudut Pandang. The data is show the picture below, growth and decline, have ups and down. For example, in January, a total of 13,662 visitor, but in February experienced a decline with a total 7,449 visitor. Factor that are expected to influence revisit intention. Travel motivation, according to era all 2019, travel motivation is that intrinsic motivation within tourists to achieve goals. Travel motivation has two dimensions, pull factor and push factor. Pull factor and external factor that encourage tourists to travel. The external factor of the Sudut Cerita based on review through the Google platform are that this tourist destination is comfortable, has a very strategic location, and the ticket price for tourist destination is very affordable. From the factor mentioned above, it can be concluded that I will encourage tourists to revisit the tourist destination. Perza value. According to Andreas and Tunjung Sari, 2019, Perza value is associated with the quality of the destination and whether or not it comparable with script made by tourists. An example of a review in the picture below from the review given by tourists, it does not match the attribute provided by Art Museum Sudut Cerita and is not worth the script made by the review. If it can be concluded that this review can be a problem for the Sudut Cerita because the value over by tourist attraction must be commensurate with the script made by tourists to come to the Sudut Cerita. Electronic word of mouth. Electronic word of mouth is statement, review or comment by customer, but potential customer, actual customer, and previous customer about a product, service, brand, or company. whose information is available to many people or institution through internet media. According to Goyet et al., IWAM has a dimension of valence of opinion, which is the opinion given by consumer, the comment given by visitor are positive or negative, by visitor are positive or negative. Example of negative and positive review are the picture below. According to Permadi et al. 2020, IWAM has a positive influence on revisit intention. So that if visitor give positive comment, it will cause the desire to visit again. But if visitor give negative comment, it will cause the intention not to visit again. Destination image. Destination image is a belief or knowledge about destination and things that tourists can feel while traveling. Aprilianti et al. 2020. From the knowledge of the destination and the things that visitor feels will cause a positive impression. Example of positive impression, such as review given by visitor through the Google platform area in the picture below. It can be concluded that from the positive review given by visitor is a positive impression, so that this will build a cognitive image of the tourist spot. Problem formulation. Not Does the destination image has a positive and significant effect of travel motivation of art sudut cerita tourist attraction? Second, does destination image have a positive and significant effect on perceived value of art museum sudut cerita tourist attraction? Third, does destination image have a positive and significant effect on electronic word of mouth at the art museum sudut cerita attraction? Fourth, does travel motivation have a positive and significant effect on revisit intention for art museum sudut cerita tourist attraction? Fifth, does perceived value have a positive significant effect on revisit intention for the art museum sudut cerita tourist attraction? Six, does electronic word of mouth have a positive and significant effect on revisit intention of art museum sudut cerita tourist attraction? And last, does destination image have a positive and significant effect on revisit intention of art museum sudut cerita tourist attraction? Research objective. First, to examine influence between destination image on travel motivation at Art Museum Sudut Cerita Bandung. Second, to examine the influence between destination image on perceived value at Art Sudut Cerita Bandung. Third, to examine the influence between destination image on electronic word of mouth at Art Museum Sudut Cerita Bandung. Fourth, to examine the effect between travel motivation on revisit intention or at Art Museum Sudut Cerita Bandung. Fifth, to examine the effect between perceived value on revisit intention at Art Museum Sudut Cerita Bandung. Sixth, to examine the effect between electronic word of mouth on revisit intention at Museum Sudut Cerita Bandung. And the last, to examine the effect between destination image on revisit intention at Art Museum Sudut Cerita Bandung. Research benefit, theoretical. Through this research, it can provide academic values to student lecturer and tourist manager at Art Museum Sudut Cerita, and at insight relate to the influence of destination image on travel motivation, perceived intention at Art Museum Cerita Bandung City, and become of such reference literature and can be used as reference for future research. Practical. Through this research, the author hope that tourist object will get input to manage tourist attraction in analyzing marketing strategies and better management so that they will get more tourists. Support theory. First, revisit intention. According to Mayasari and Artanti 2021, revisit intention is a person intention to revisit the same tourist destination or tourist attraction in the past. According to Pang et al. 2023, the purpose of visiting again is a person's desire or willingness to revisit the same destination. The dimension of revisit intention according to Lin in Amelia 2019, revisit intention has two dimensions. Namely, first, itu intention to revisit and intention to recommend. Second, travel motivation. Han et al. 2019 travel motivation is that motive tourists to achieve their goals. According to Pizam, Newman, and Rachel in Zamzuri 2021, travel motivation is motivation that drive one of the needs that encourage people to participate in tourist activity. According to Michael et al. 2020, there are two factors that motivate tourists, and of these two factors can be a measuring tool for travel motivation variable. There's factor are pull factor and push factor. Persa value. According to Gantika and Wahdiwati, 2020, customer utility or persa value as a customer assessment of product utility according to what consumer receive and give. Persa value is the customer perception of the benefit of product, Andianto and Firdausi 2020. The dimension of the persa value variable, according to Sweeney and Sautar in CJ and Fitria 2023, persa value has three dimensions: emotional value, social value, and functional value. Electronic word of mouth. According to Aditya and Waluyo 2020, IWAM is a good or bad statement made by prospective tourists. Tourists who will visit and tourists who have visited about a tourist destination that can be widely accessed by all individuals via the internet. Confanti and Figolo 2080 mentioned electronic word of mouth as oral communication between the recipient and the communicator. Dimension according to Goyat et al. In Christianity and Erdian Shah 2020, electronic word of mouth has three dimensions: intensity, valence of opinion, and content. And the last variable is destination image. According to Liang and Sui 2021, destination image for tourists not only provides insight or experience about image formation, but also to help tourist destination marketing organization to improve destination image in promoting loyalty behavior. Sijoria et al. 2019 explained that electronic word of mouth is a positive or negative statement made by potential customer. The dimension of the destination image variable according to Agapito et al. In Purba et al. 2021 has three dimensions: cognitive destination image, affective destination image, and connotative destination image. Theoretical framework and hypothesis. The following is theoretical framework in this study, and in this study, there are 7 hypotheses. First hypothesis, destination image has a positive and significant effect on travel motivation. Second hypothesis, destination image has a positive and significant effect on persa value. Third hypothesis, destination image has a positive and significant effect on electronic word of mouth. Fourth, travel motivation has a positive and significant effect on revisit intention. Fifth, perceived value has a positive and significant effect on revisit intention. Six, electronic word of mouth has a positive and significant effect on revisit intention. And 7, destination image has a positive and significant effect on revisit intention. Research methods, time and place of research. The research was conducted in June until completion. The place of research was the Art Museum Cerita. Research design. This research is a quantitative approach. Data collection in this study used survey technique by distributing questionnaire to respondent to obtain clear information. The population in this study were domestic visitors who had visited the Art Museum Sudut Cerita. The sample among 2,077 respondents with criteria tourists who have visited at least once to the Art Museum Sudut Cerita tourist destination. At least 7 years old, this age limit is considered an adult and can make decision wisely. Domicile in Java, West Java, and Central Java, and outside Java. This is this image is a Likert scale. The scale used so that respondents do not answer questionnaire naturally. Data analysis technique. The data analysis technique in this study is divided into three, namely, first, validity tests, exploratory factor analysis, and confirmatory factor analysis. Second, reliability test. Front batch alpha, which state that a questionnaire if is said to be reliable if it has an alpha value at or the results are not good, and 0.7 to 0.8 the results are accept. Meanwhile, reliability can be said to be good if the value is 0.8 to 1. Third, hypothesis testing. In this study, using structural equation modeling or SAM with measuring tools using AMOS software. The table below is an index of absolute fit index. Profile respondent. Based on gender, the study involved 277 respondents, consisting of respondents who were male with a percentage 33.6%, or as many 93 respondents. Meanwhile, women have a percentage of 66.4, or as many 184 respondents. Based on age, the majority of respondents who visit the Art Museum Cerita in Bandung have an age range to 3 years until to 28 years, having a percentage of 56%, or as many 155 respondents. Meanwhile, the minority of respondents who visit the Art Museum of Bandung City have an age range of 31 years to 40 years, has a percentage 5.42, or as many as 15 respondents. Based on employee status, the characteristic of type of work are divided into 5 groups, and the proportion of 60 respondents with the highest type of entrepreneurial work is 44.4, or as many as 123 respondents, while for a percentage 7.9 or 22 respondents is a group with status are not working, being the group with the last amount. Based on education, based on level of the last level of education. Most of the respondent have highest education is undergraduate, as many 151 respondent or 54.5. Meanwhile, the last education below high school has the less number of respondent, as many 5 respondent or 1.8%. Based on monthly income, the majority of respond with income 1,000,001 rupiah to 5 million rupiah has a percentage 47.3 or as many 131 respondent. Meanwhile, for income more than 20 million rupiah, the list with a percentage of 2.2% or as many 6 respondent. Based on visit, groups who only have one experience visiting Art Museum Cerita has the largest number of visitors with 97%, 97 people, or 35%. Next, the group with a visit frequency of more than 4 times is the group with the least number of respondents, namely is the group with the less number of respondents, 6 respondents, 2.2%. Validity and reliability test. Destination image, based on the table below, the factor leading value of the destination image variable has no indicator that are removed or incentivize the formation of new dimension. So it is declared valid. Furthermore, the Cronbach alpha value of the destination image variable 0.941 greater than 0.6, then the measurement of the reliability test is declared reliable. Travel motivation. Based on the table below, like the factor loading value of the travel motivation variable has no indicator that there are remove or incentivize the formation of new dimension. So it declared valid. Furthermore, of Cronbach alpha value on the travel motivation variable 0.940 greater than 0.6, then measurement of the reliability task is declared reliable. Reserve value. Based on the table below, the factor loading value of the perceived value variable does not eliminate any indicator or identify formation of new dimension. So it is declared valid. Furthermore, the Cronbach alpha value on the perceived value variable is 0.939 more than 0.6, then the measurement of the reliability task declare reliable. IWOM, based on the below, the factor loading value of electronic word of mouth variable has no indicator there are no or identify the formation of new dimension. So it declare valid. Cronbach alpha value on the electronic word of mouth variable 0.949 more than 0.6, then measurement of reliability task was declared reliable. Revisit intention. Based on the table below, after the factor loading value of the revisit intention variable does not eliminate any indicator or identify the formation of the dimension. So there is valid. Furthermore, the Cranbridge alpha value under revisit intention variable is a follow. There are no minute indicator 0.920 more than 0.6, then measurement the reliability is reliable. This model has been modified by removing several indicators that have 5 modification index value, probability value 0.999, chi-square value 0.830, goodness of fit value 0.912, adjust goodness of fit index value 0.900, root mean square of approximation value 0.00, Tucker-Lewis index value 1.017, comparative fit index value 1.00. There are 7 hypothesis study, and of the 7 hypotheses, all are accept because the critical ratio is more than 1.96 and looks at the probability value with a value of less than 0.05. Discussion. The destination image variable on travel motivation has a standardized regression weight value of 0.218, critical ratio of 3,371, which means greater than 1.96. So it can be concluded that destination image has a positive and significant impact on travel motivation. So the first hypothesis in this study is accept. The result of this hypothesis state that tourists visit art museum Sudut Cerita due to the influence of the image of arts museum Sudut Cerita, meaning that the better the destination image provided by art museum Sudut Cerita, the higher the level tourist visiting motivation. The result of this study are aligned with research conducted by Rahman et al. 2022, Pereira et al. 2022, and Azes 2022. Second hypothesis. The destination image variable and parser value has a standardized regression weak value of 0.378 and critical ratio of 5,785, which mean greater than 1.96. So it can be concluded that destination image has a positive and significant impact that 1% value. So that the second hypothesis in the study is accept. The result of this hypothesis state that tourists visit art museum Sudut Cerita due to influence of the image of art museum Sudut Cerita, meaning that the better the destination image provided by art museum Sudut Cerita, the better the perceived value, the better the destination image provided by art museum Sudut Cerita, the higher the value or benefit felt by visitor. The result of this study are in line with research conducted Pruyanti and Patricia 2021, Chandra et al. 2020, and Hamid et al. 2020. Third hypothesis. The destination image variable on electronic mode has standardized regression weight value 0.555, critical ratio 8,754, which means greater than 1.96. So it can be concluded that destination image has a positive and significant impact on electronic word of mouth. So that the third hypothesis in this study is accept. The result of this hypothesis state that tourists visit the art museum Sudut Cerita due to influence of the image of the art museum Sudut Cerita, meaning that the better the destination image provided by the art museum Sudut Cerita, the higher the positive response from visitor through social media. The result of this study are in line research conducted by Hung and Hoa 2022, Goyal and Taneja 2023, and Karachoglu 2021. Fourth hypothesis, the travel motivation variable on revisit intention has standardized regression with value of 0.146 and critical ratio of 3,623, which greater than 1.96. So it can be concluded that travel motivation has a positive and significant impact on revisit intention. So the fourth hypothesis in this study is accept. The result of the hypothesis in this study that tourists visit the art museum Cerita due to the influence of visitor motivation, which means that the higher the motivation of visitor who wish to visit the art museum Cerita, it will increase their interest in visiting again. The results of this study are in line with research conducted by Lufsanda Fach and Narantuya 2021, Irshandila and Trinada 2021, and G 2022. Fifth hypothesis, the perceived value variable on revisit intention has standardized regression with value of 0.305 and critical ratio 6,135, which mean greater 1.96. So it can be concluded that perceived value has a positive and significant impact on revisit intention. The result of the hypothesis in this study that tourists visit the art museum Cerita due to the influence of the benefit or value obtained by visitor, which means that the higher the value or benefit that visitor feel when visiting the art museum Cerita, the more interest in visiting tourists again in the future. The result of this study are in line with research conducted by Andraini 2022, Suhut et al. 2023, and Kim 2023. Sixth hypothesis, the electronic word of mouth revisit intention has standardized regression with value of 0.458 and critical ratio 80,324, which means greater than 1.96. So it can be concluded that electronic word of mouth has a positive and significant impact on revisit intention. So the sixth hypothesis in this study is accept. The result of the hypothesis in this study that tourists visit the art museum Cerita due to the influence of electronic word of mouth, which means that the higher the response given by visitor through social media platform, and the higher the promotion by corner of the story, the more interest in visiting again will increase. The result of this study are in line with research conducted by Irshadila and Trinanda 2021, Uzlo and Karabula 2008, and Ruhamak et al. 2021. 7. Hypothesis. The destination image and variable on revisit intention has the standardized regression with value of 0.225 and a critical ratio of 5,054, which means greater than 1.96. So it can be concluded that destination image has a positive and significant impact on revisit intention. So that the 7 hypothesis in the study is accept the art museum Cerita due to influence of destination image, which mean that the higher the positive image of the art museum Sudut Cerita, the higher the intention to revisit tourists to the art museum Cerita. The result of this study are in line with research conducted by Ruhamak et al. 2021, Ratmeningsi et al. 2080, and Akhil 2023. Research limitation. During the research, one of the limitation was the distribution of the content of the research activities questionnaire survey. This to due to limited criteria for respondent when research distribute questionnaire directly to the research location. In addition, in distributing questionnaire, research still have not maximize the potential in social media that is more popular than Instagram, such as Twitter, Facebook, or online news page and article. 3. Technically, the research had problem distributing questionnaire to visitor after the researcher signed the questionnaire link. Many did not fill out the questionnaire due to limit access and too many statement or indicator. Research recommend. First, the implementation of further research can add other variable to maximize data and knowledge as well the potential of good visitor and attraction from the art museum Sudut Cerita Bandung City, such as the theory of planned behavior, review rural tourism, perceived tourism, smart technology, and many other in this research of Pay 2020 and Solima 2021. In addition, there is also the role of internal perspective of the tourist attraction themselves, such as destination competitiveness, transportation infrastructure, safety and security, as in research Cronje de Blue Places 2022. 20. This update will help the development of future studies and become new knowledge, especially in the tourism industry. In addition, the implementation of future research that is like can adopt different method of data analysis technique for visitor to the art museum Sudut Cerita Bandung City or other who visit again to obtain more comprehensive data about tourism service according to visitor assessment. Thank you. That's all the presentation from me. More or less, please apologize. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.